Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. The world you know today, with forests, oceans, animals, cities, and people, did not always exist. In fact, for most of Earth's long history, the planet looked nothing like the home we live in now. Let's take a step back. The Earth is about 4.6 billion years old. That is an almost impossible number for us to truly understand. But to give you an idea, if Earth's history was squeezed into just 1 year, humans would only appear in the very last minutes of December 31st. Before us came worlds of fire, frozen landscapes, giant creatures, and extinctions that nearly wiped out everything. And yet, through all these billions of years, life always found a way to continue. That's the story we're about to tell, the story of Earth's geological eras, from its fiery birth all the way to the time we live in now. A journey of survival, change, and wonder. Welcome back to ProjectNOTOS. This is the place where history, science, and technology are explained in easy and fun ways. If you enjoy learning and traveling through time with us, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an adventure. This will really help us grow. Thank you. Today we're going to explore the big questions of our world and uncover the stories that shaped our past. And if you're curious about what might come next, don't miss out our other video on how life could be in 2100, but only after you finish this one. Link is in the description. Now let's begin our journey with the very first chapter in our Earth long history, the Hadean Eon. The earliest time in Earth history is called the Hadean Eon, from 4.6 to 4 billion years ago. The name comes from Hades, the Greek word for the underworld, because Earth was literally like hell. Back then, our planet was a glowing ball of molten rock. The surface boiled with lava oceans. Volcanoes constantly erupted. Asteroids and comets bombarded Earth, some of them big enough to destroy entire continents if they hit today. But don't worry, this is now extremely unlikely. During this time, something incredible happened. A Mars-sized object slammed into Earth, and from that impact, the Moon was born. The debris from the collision slowly came together and formed the satellite that still shines in our sky every night. And although life was not possible yet, water began to appear. Steam condensed into rain, and the first oceans started filling the deep cracks of the planet's crust. Earth was slowly preparing for the next chapter. Then came the Archean Eon, from 4 to 2.5 billion years ago. Earth's crust finally stabilized, and the first true continents began to form. But the biggest miracle of all was the appearance of life. In the oceans, tiny microorganisms were born. They were very simple, nothing like animals or plants today. Some fed on chemicals, while others developed a revolutionary ability, photosynthesis. These photosynthetic bacteria, known as cyanobacteria, capture sunlight and produce oxygen as waste. At first, oxygen was rare and dangerous to other microbes, but slowly it began to fill the atmosphere. The Archean also left behind some of Earth's oldest fossils, stromatolites, layered structures built by colonies of bacteria. Some still exist today, standing as living memories of billions of years past. From 2.5 billion to 541 million years ago, Earth entered the Proterozoic Eon. This was the time when oxygen became a permanent part of the atmosphere. Scientists call this the Great Oxygenation event. For early life forms that could not handle oxygen, this was a disaster, and many just went extinct. But oxygen opened the door for more advanced organisms. This is when eukaryotes appeared, cells with nuclei, the building blocks of all complex life. Later, the first multicellular organisms developed. The continents also changed shape again and again, coming together into supercontinents like Rodinia. And towards the end of the Proterozoic, Earth faced extreme ice ages, where even the oceans may have frozen from pole to pole, a period known as Snowball Earth. Yet life endured, hidden in the cracks of the ice, waiting for a warmer age. And at some point, suddenly life exploded. Around 541 million years ago, the Paleozoic Era began. This era lasted until 252 million years ago, and it was one of the most dramatic chapters in Earth history. At the start came the Cambrian Explosion, when the oceans filled with an incredible variety of creatures almost overnight in geological terms. Trilobites crawled on the seafloor, giant sea scorpions hunted in shallow waters, and fish appeared for the first time. Later, plants colonized the land. With them came the first insects and eventually amphibians, animals that could live both in water and on land. Forests grew, releasing huge amounts of oxygen, making Earth's air breathable for larger and more active animals. But this golden age ended in tragedy. Around 252 million years ago came the Permian extinction, the biggest mass extinction in history. Around 90% of species disappeared, likely because of massive volcanic eruptions and dramatic climate change. It was almost the end of life itself. After the greatest disaster came one of the most famous times, the Mesozoic Era. From 252 to 66 million years ago, this era is often called the Age of Dinosaurs, and for good reason. Dinosaurs ruled the land in incredible diversity. Giant long-necked sauropods, horned herbivores, and fierce predators like Tyrannosaurus rex. Flying reptiles called Pterosaurs dominated the skies, while huge marine reptiles hunted in the oceans. It was also during this time that the first birds appeared, evolving from small dinosaurs. Meanwhile, flowering plants spread across the world, reshaping entire ecosystems. But this era too ended suddenly. About 66 million years ago, a giant asteroid struck near today's Yucatan Peninsula. The impact caused global fires, massive tsunamis, and years of darkness. Most dinosaurs went extinct, but some small feathered ones survived. These survivors became the birds we see today. And so we reached the Cenozoic Era, from 66 million years ago until today. With the dinosaurs gone, mammals had the chance to expand. Some grew into giants like mammoth and ground sloth, while others became fast hunters like large prehistoric cats. Primates appeared, eventually giving rise to humans. Around 2.5 million years ago, our genus, Homo, was born. After many species of humans came and went, modern humans appeared about 300,000 years ago. During this era, the continents moved into the positions we know now. Mountains like the Himalayas rose as tectonic plates collided. Ice ages came and went, and only about 11,700 years ago, with the start of the Holocene epoch, human civilization began to flourish. Farming, cities, technology, and everything we know today are just a blink of an eye in Earth's story. Before we finish, let's look at some fun and surprising facts about Earth history. If Earth 4.6 billion years were a single day, humans would only appear in the last second before midnight. Trilobites, some of the earliest animals, lived for almost 270 million years, while modern humans have only existed for a fraction of that time. The Permian extinction was so severe that life almost didn't recover, but it opened the door for dinosaurs to rise later. Birds are in fact living dinosaurs. Every time you see a pigeon or a chicken, you are looking at the descendants of creatures that once walked with T-Rex. Earth has gone through at least 5 mass extinctions, and scientists believe a 6th one may be happening right now, caused by human activity. Our journey through Earth's geological eras shows us one thing very clearly: change is the only constant. From fire to ice, from bacteria to humans, our planet has always transformed, adapted, and survived. We are just the latest chapter in this immense story, a story written in rocks, fossils, and oceans. And if there is one lesson to take away, is that Earth is both fragile and strong. Fragile in the face of sudden disasters, strong in its ability to recover and keep life going. Thank you for joining us on this incredible trip through time with ProjectNOTOS. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Together, we'll keep exploring the past to better understand the future.